Happy Friday, ladies. Friday. We're here. We made it to the end of the week. Figured I'd go live. It's been kind of a crazy week and figured I'd talk about some tips about how to handle stress when you're in stressful situations. And yeah, I haven't really gotten here, again, I'm moving to Texas, so I'll show you some of my progress. But what I want to show you is something that my cat's doing. And I think he's doing the best he can with all of this going on, but he's got a stress reduction practice going on right now. And he's been putting all of his babies together. Oops. So he's got all of his babies. They're all like together here. And this is one of his creature comforts is his baby. So he's been doing some stress reduction himself. So yeah, so that's that. And there hasn't been too much going on. It's been kind of a really stressful week for me with the traumaversary from 9/11 and just the move and putting everything together. And, sometimes in life things are unmanageable. And I had to drop my purse off to get fixed. One of the handles, it's one of my favorite purses, and one of them was loose. And I know that there's a really great leather place around here. So I went ahead and dropped that off. So I don't even have, when I talked about being, my wallet is unmanageable. My wallet is actually pretty good, but my purse, I'm not even in a purse. I'm in a bag. This is my purse now. Just this disposable bag until my purse gets back. So I'm going to go pick that up today. And so that's kind of funny. And yeah, so just I've got a couple of tips here, some things that are keeping me kind of moving forward, even though my house is getting packed up, my car is getting shipped. I just made my airline tickets, been talking to the Airbnb folks for where I'm going to be staying for the next month, looking at apartment rentals, dreaming about my next life. And yes, so Melissa, let me get in touch with you. I like what you're saying here. And let me get in touch with that as well. So that would be awesome. So, and then looking for jobs when I hit the ground there and closing my job here. I work at a grocery store, so closing all that out. So a lot of closing things and opening doors, and that can be stressful. And for me, I don't like to have closed doors, but I also know that closed doors means that there are new ones that are opening, and that's a little piece that I'm working on. Is just being okay with the closed doors. Like, don't try to break the door down to get in because it's closed for a reason. God closed it for a reason. So anyway, let's start with some tips here. So the first one that has been very helpful, and I just am staying on it, is drinking water. And, have a nice cup that you like to drink and just keep filling it up. And you can never have enough water, especially when you're going through stressful times. And even if you're not eating to your plan, you're having more sodium, and just having water is just going to help you in so many ways. So have a nice glass. And I actually, yesterday when I was out and about, because I already packed my other glass and I don't know where it is, I actually bought myself a new glass. I bought myself a new glass for when I get to Texas. So I'm going to start drinking out of this glass. And this is sometimes having a really cute water glass. I really enjoy these ones. They're glass with a glass straw. And that's been helpful to me. So I treated myself to get a new water glass. I'm going to start drinking out of that today. And so I've got something to look forward to that, I'm using here for Texas. So that's a really big one, is drinking water. The second thing is I make a list every single morning of 9 things on my list. The first top 3 are the things I must do every single day. They're the 3 must-dos. Things that I need to pack, people I need to call, things I need to coordinate. Those are my top 3 things that I have to get done that day. Then I draw a line. And then the next 3 items is things that if I have time and if I've accomplished the top 3, then I get to those next. And then I draw a line underneath that. And the next ones is if I am a superstar, superwoman, then I go after the next 3. And so just as long as I get the top 3 done, that's an awesome day in my book. And I don't beat myself up if I get, 1 or 2 done, but it's a goal for that day. So I make a list of the top 3 things that I need to get done for that day. And that's been very helpful too, to cross things off my list. The next thing is conserving energy, like knowing when you are stressed. We all have like our limits. And, for me, I think excuse me here. Excuse me, that, 2 weeks ago, my stress level was a lot lower. And then as each week has come, it's just a little bit higher. So I have to understand when I need to conserve energy. I can't, right now when you get over 40, you just can't do the things that you used to do. Like I know when I was in my 20s or 30s and I was going to move, I'd pack the whole house up or unpack it all in one day. And that's not something I can do now in my life. And so, I set aside like an hour or 2 a day to get items going on all of that. And so I conserve energy and I make sure that I have time for self-care. And I was very fortunate this week that on Wednesday, I was able to get a canceled massage appointment. So in the middle of the week, I was actually able to have a downtime on Wednesday. So I try to do every other day too, like make those kind of, items that I need to get done and then have a rest day in between. And that's kind of where I'm at in this whole cycle with so many things that are up in the air. So today is Friday and Wednesday I had massage day. I worked yesterday. Today I have some calls with friends and going to go take a walk and get some lunch. Kind of more of a rest and a conserve energy day. Number 4 on my list is guilty pleasures. And one of the things for me, I don't really watch a lot of TV. In fact, I only really watch that Billions show. And if I get really bored, I might watch a movie. But every single night, at 8:00, I go ahead and have my guilty pleasure. I love watching TV, and I've been watching some of those music biographies. And last night, I watched the whole thing on George Michael, which was very interesting. I didn't know some things about him, and his music towards the end of his life was very autobiographical and very insightful. And it's a good watch. So so I have some guilty pleasures around eating ice cream, and which I've had way too much of the last 2 weeks. And I know that that's kind of a coping mechanism with emotional eating, but I'm okay with it. I know what it is, and I have ice cream and I watch TV. So, and I have no guilt. There's guilty pleasures, but no guilt with the guilty pleasures. And then the 5th item on my list for dealing with stress is making sure that I feel my emotions. And feeling your emotions, sometimes if you're not sitting in those emotions, that they tend to bottle up. And then, you have an explosion that happens with somebody or by yourself or whatever. So, being able to allocate time, like 5 or 10 minutes in the morning and 5 or 10 minutes in the evening, just to check in with yourself. What am I feeling? Am I feeling angry? Angry that something didn't go right or someone didn't show up, or, am I sad? Am I a little lonely? Am I feeling a little bit of grief because, my life's closing on this end, and then I'm happy about expansion on the other end? And, it's kind of a unique emotional period where you're closing out a life and starting a new life somewhere else. So feeling your emotions is very important in life. Those are great radars for how we navigate with other people, and emotions are just a way to tell us how we're feeling about that situation, and can be really good for setting boundaries if you're getting angry around a certain situation, or speaking your truth and feeling aligned with your beliefs. So feeling your emotions, that's really, for me, is a great radar system for your life. Like, what's going on with me? It's really a good indicator. And a sixth item on the tips for dealing with stress is having a lot of self-compassion. When things don't get done on your list, or things didn't go right, that there's just this love for yourself. Hey, good self-talk. Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing the best I can. Or if you weren't able to do something or meet up with someone, or you forgot. I know that's happened to me. You had all intentions and somehow on your list you got off and you missed a meetup or something, and just own it. I'm really sorry. I'm stressed out. I'm in the middle of a move, and thank you for understanding. And just having self-compassion, and just really walking this true alignment of self-love and compassion for yourself as you navigate stress. And we all have different ways of navigating it, and having self-compassion and having good self-talk and good self-love. We're not all perfect, so we're going to make mistakes. And just loving ourselves through it. Hey, I messed up, or I didn't do this, and just letting it off the hook, and don't bring it into the next day. All the stuff that happened yesterday, I don't need to be bringing that in as baggage into today and then carrying it through the next couple of weeks. And so that's self-compassion is really big when we're under a lot of stress. And I kind of like the words like, no wonder why, what was one of the things that happened here? No wonder why there's a whole sink load of dishes, because now I forgot to get dishwashing detergent. So I have a whole packed dishwasher, and now I ran out of soap, and I think I packed the soap. So no wonder why there's a whole sink load of dishes that I need to wash. So that's on the list today for that. But self-compassion, and no wonder why I'm under so much stress. No wonder why this is happening. That's been helpful to me. Number 7 on the list is sleep. I am very much into making sure I have good sleep routine for this. And again, as we've been talking in some of the different videos this last week, and even about sleeplessness a couple weeks ago, sleep is when your body repairs. And sleep is when your brain repairs and your whole body repairs. So, I in my life, that is the number one thing that I am very persistent about, is making sure that I get my sleep, my 8 hours of sleep, and I don't do anything. I get up at 6:30 in the morning, so I know I need to be to bed and sleeping by 10:30. And I usually go and lay down at 9:30 to read. And if I get extra sleep in there, that's awesome. So sleep is very important to me. And so that's how I bookend my day, is making sure that I'm off all devices and that I am asleep at 10:30. The next item on my list is being able to laugh and have humor, even if it's just laughing at yourself. And that's been very helpful to me, is being able to laugh at yourself and laugh at the situation, and just, kind of put a shade of humor on things. And, life's, we're all too serious. And I know I even get caught up in this, is that I'm more serious than I need to be. And I wished I had more people to laugh and have humor with, because I think it takes two people to kind of work on having humor in life and laughing at the situation. But you can do it. And I need to watch more comedies on TV. And so I am making some personal development in that area, is having more laughter and more humor. And so that's one thing on my list. The ninth thing is making sure, like, all of the decisions that we make in life, is we have data collection that's going on behind the scenes, and there are updates that are happening, and I have to remember that. Like, for me, I have an Airbnb for 30 days and I don't really have anything beyond that. And so my planning horizon is 30 days for when I land in Texas. And so there's going to be a lot of intelligence coming in. There's going to be a lot of research. There's going to be a lot of data that happens. There's going to be new people that I'm going to meet. And understanding that the picture of our life is right now, but in 2 or 3 hours, there could be more data that comes in and we have an updated picture of what's happening. Or, over a week or over a month, things can be dramatically different in all of that. So, I'm reminded that I do have a 30-day planning window, and that with each day, more data can come in. For me, everything's all locked in now for my move. I have my cars transported, the pod system's coming, the 2 guys that are going to help me to move, transport my stuff down the stairs. They're all organized. I've got tickets for my airfare, got Kitty Cat. He's got his place in the cabin with me. I've got that reservation made. Been doing doctor's appointments, got my last haircut, getting a referral for doctors on the other end. But all of those things are moving, and we have to make decisions based on today for this intel. And sometimes if we delay decision making with trying to collect more data, like, we can get into a real jam. So making sure just, that we sometimes have to make a decision based on the data that we have here, and that's the best that we can do. And as more data comes in, we can refine our plan and refine the decisions that we have as more data comes in. And for me, today I was looking at Craigslist about renting a room. Like, what would that look like versus having my own place? And, it just was curious to me. The rental market in Texas is for like a 1-bedroom is in this area there's like a special, it's right around $1,400. And I saw that there was this one place running a special that I really like, and they've got like, it's $1,299 plus 8 weeks free for rent. And I was just curious, what would it look like in that area to rent a room in a house? And it was like $1,100. So, I'm going to spend the extra. I don't think I could live with anybody either. I think when you get to a certain age, like, you got to be living on your own. And I don't think I could do that to save money, but I was just curious about that. And for me, the couple extra $100 to live on my own, come in and be able to come in at any point in time. And if I want to leave a dish load of dirty dishes in the sink and come back to it, that's great. But it was curious just to look at that. And so there's more data coming in, and, seeing more specials from this place that I really want to stay at. So yeah, we just have to make decisions based on what's going on, and more data is going to come in, and that'll refine our plan and provide more direction and more guidance for where we're going in the future. And my 10th tip is, if you can find a friend who is going through exactly the same thing as you at whatever age, has been very helpful. And I'm very fortunate that there's another coach friend of mine who's exactly in the same position as me. And I believe that was God bringing in somebody that we could both lift each other up. And she's doing all that in Calgary. And, she had a breakup with her boyfriend, and they're splitting up, and she's, moving on and trying to find a place. And so we're both kind of doing the same thing, and we're both like checking in with each other. And I think find a friend that's navigating the same waters. And, Laurence is in her 30s, and I'm in my 50s, but we both have, really good ways of supporting each other. And so it's very important to have a friend that's doing something similar to you, because you're both in the same headspace and in the same stress space and in the same kind of making decision space. And so, she shared with me this morning about kind of the rental market up in Calgary, and she's, kind of considering what her options are as well. And the last bonus thing, and this is a thing for Denise, but I have creature comforts that provide comfort in times of stress. And so I kind of like wearing camouflage. So I have my camouflage t-shirt on, and then I have my marine gear. And so, that's kind of like my superpower, being a former Marine. And that's kind of part of my superwoman costume. So yeah, sometimes it's nice to have creature comforts. That's why, I'm packing up my favorite coffee mug. I've got a new water bottle. I've got a couple, I actually use a weighted blanket, and that's 20 pounds. So I'm not going to ship that or bring that with me, but I'm considering ordering another one so that I can have that in Texas. That's something that's part of my stress items that have been very helpful for me to have good sleep. And so, I don't know, I don't think that I can make 30 days without my weighted blanket. And so having one as a temporary and will be a good thing for me. So sometimes looking at creature comforts, what are those things that really provide you grounding and just help you to navigate whatever stressful event you've got? And we all have them. For kids, they have their little stuffed animal, and for us adults, we have different things. And for me, it's my weighted blanket. And I'm going to go look online, and I've already worked out with the lady at my Airbnb that I can ship a few things. So I'm going to make that order today on Amazon to have the same exact weighted blanket there for 30 days. And I don't know, I might be with her for 2 months. I don't know at this point. So, I think that would be a good investment for me, and it's $100. And so that's worth it to me to have 2 of those, and I can gift it to somebody else who might need the benefit of a weighted blanket. So anyway, ladies, that's kind of the top 10 tips on managing anxiety and stress, and a bonus with creature comforts. And if there's anything that you have as a creature comfort or a tip that you'd like to share about what helps you in times of stress, drop those below in the comments. I would love to hear those. We all have different lenses and viewpoints about stress reduction and how to reduce anxiety. So I look forward to seeing what you drop in the comments. And I hope you have a really great day today. So it's Friday. Go have a great day. And I'll get in touch with you, Melissa. Thanks for what you dropped in the comments there. So have a great day. Bye-bye.